for more on the ANC's readiness for the January 8 statement event due to be held in Limpopo on Saturday. We can speak now to a National Executive Committee member, another one of them, Ronald Lamola, who's joining us tonight. Mr. Lamola, very good evening to you. Welcome to News at Prime. So, your president today leaving an event hosted by the Women's League because we're told of COVID-19 concerns. Not very convincing an explanation, though, for many of us who saw him addressing electioneering events where people were either not wearing masks or gathered in large numbers. What's changed as far as how seriously the party takes COVID-19 requirements?
Thank you. And to the viewers at home, the ANC has always taken the issue of COVID-19 compliance very seriously. And you will remember, even as you are speaking about all the electioneering, in all the gatherings, the president will raise the issue of a mask, the issues of compliance. So nothing has changed. We are continuing on that path that we need to continue to wear masks. We need to continue social distancing. We need to continue to encourage the people of South Africa to vaccinate. It is the only way out for all of us to return to some form of normality. So we have to continue with that message, and we have to continue to ensure that all South Africans reach vaccination point so that we can reach the herd immunity that can return us to a certain level of functionality where we have our normal lifespan.
Okay, so I asked that question because I sat in this very chair around September, October, and watched the president of your party campaign in areas like Soweto, where those communities, it was packed with people, and he didn't leave those campaign events because there was a clear contravention of rules which say we should distance. That's why I asked you the question.
Yeah, and hence I am saying in all those gatherings, you will remember that the president raised the issues of people wearing masks, people social distancing, and people ensuring that they comply and that people must vaccinate, encouraging all South Africans to participate in the vaccination drive that is currently underway. And he has used all platforms that he has been able to speak to encourage that and to send that message, which we'll continue to send.
So my issue was about him leaving, but I want us to move on now because we're pressed for time and ask you about what message the ANC is hoping to send to not only its membership, but the broader South African public who will be watching come Saturday, given the troubles the organization and the country has faced under the leadership of the organization in the past year, from the unrest in July, soaring unemployment, just recently concerns that what happened at Parliament may be something more sinister.
It's a message of stability. It's a message of hope. It's a message that the party is the country's security agencies, the economic situation in relation to unemployment has to be addressed, and also within the context of service delivery, that we have to return back to basics and ensure that basic service delivery is being delivered to the people across the country. And obviously, on the issues that you have raised related to local government, that local municipalities should be able to function, should also be able to deliver services. It's a very historic event for the ANC and a historic moment, which the president will use to send a clear message of renewal and a message of ensuring that even there is economic reconstruction that must help us to achieve a certain level of economic growth, and also to deal decisively with challenges of youth unemployment in the country.
Are you as a party linking the alleged torching of Parliament, along with the release of the state capture inquiry report and the attack outside the Constitutional Court yesterday? Do you think it's linked?
We obviously have to wait for the investigative processes of the law enforcement agencies, the South African police, and that outcome will be able to clearly tell us what informs the burning of Parliament, and also, as you have said, the damage to the Concord. But what we can say is that we condemn such kind of activities because it's an attack to our institutions of constitutional democracy. It's an attack for institutions that are supposed to be theaters of debates, theaters of democracy, Parliament, and also the Concord, which is an important institution, a symbol of a guardians of the constitution in the country. And it should be allowed to function without any fear or favor.
And the challenge for the ANC as you go into January 8 is that much of the attack, especially in the last few years, on public institutions, including the judiciary and even the work of Parliament, has come primarily from issues that affect the organization internally, correct?
Yes, hence we condemn it if it happens internally. We also condemn it if it happens from any member of society. It doesn't matter where it comes from. If it's wrong, it's wrong. It must be condemned. Such institutions must be protected by all South Africans. All of us as South Africans have got a role to advance and protect and ensure that our constitutional democracy is a functioning one.
Quick final one. The NEC member, well, another NEC member, Nomvula Mkonyane, at the briefing today about the readiness of January 8 said that you're not going to go overboard in your January 8 celebrations this week because there's still money owed to your staff who've been battling for months to get a consistent flow of salaries from month to month. Why host a big celebration in the first place when you've got such a pressing financial issue to meet?
Yeah, as I've said, it's a historic event. This year it will be the 50th process since the former president of the ANC started to release the January 8. And the content of the January 8 statement is important. You will remember last year it was done from the podium of Luthuli House. And even this year, we have not gone overboard. It's only 2,000 people within the area of Polokwane. So we are still within the limits of humility. We are still the limits of ensuring that we reserve whatever resources that we have to ensure that we respond to the challenges of our employees and to some of the financial difficulties that we currently have. Okay. So it's not an overboard event. You will know that an overboard event of the ANC is a fully fledged FNB stadium or even 2 stadiums. But this one does not even fill a stadium, even a hall. It's a gathering of about 2,000 people.
Well, if you're battling to pay salaries, others would argue that you cannot afford a party to begin with. But let's leave it there for now. Ronald Lamola, member of the NEC for the ANC.
It's not a party. It's to release the statement, which we do every year.
Thank you very much for that. Ronald Lamola, member of the ANC, speaking to us today about the January 8 statement, which I suppose could have been released via Zoom as happened last year. But let's move on.